Hello friends! Today you'll see how actors of the television sitcom Married with Children have changed. You'll know their original names and age. I will show you how they looked then and what's with them now in 2021. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go! Al Bundy, Ed O'Neill, is the husband of Peggy Bundy, father of Kelly and Bud Bundy, and long-term women's shoe salesman at Gary's Shoes. Al is frequently telling tales of his high school football days and blaming the outcome of his life with his wife and the Bundy curse. Peggy Bundy, Katie Sagal, is the wife of Al Bundy and mother of Kelly and Bud, and self-described housewife of the Bundy household. She's notorious for her laziness, once being described as the laziest bitch in Chicago for her promiscuity and her expensive tastes. Marcy D'Arcy, Amanda Beers, is Peg Bundy's best friend. Marcy was a sweet, wholesome newlywed, but years of living next to the Bundys worked her into a character almost as outrageous as the Bundys. She contemptuously blickered with Al and reveled in his misery. Bud Bundy, David Faustino, is the son of Al and Peggy Bundy and the brother of Kelly Bundy, and is considered to be one of the smartest Bundys. Bud was a typical girl-crazy teenage boy, desperate for any female contact. He is often ridiculed for being a virgin. Steve Rhoades, David Garrison, is Marcy's first husband and the original neighbor of the Bundys. He's a mortgage broker who seems unfazed by his lower position than Marcy at the leading bank of Chicago. He was written out of the show in the middle of the fourth season. Officer Dan is a Chicago police officer and a friend of Al Bundy's, who is also a member of No Ma'am despite the fact he often arrests them for their illegal antics. However, he does admit to his friends that he is a corrupt officer. He was portrayed by Dan Tillis Jr. Jefferson D'Arcy, Ted McGinley, is Marcy's second husband, a pretty boy who married her for her money. Self-centered and lazy, he is a male equivalent of Peggy. Marcy met Jefferson, a bartender, at his workplace after a bankers' convention when she got drunk. Luke Ventura, Rich Scheidner, was known for actually being polite to the customers. He was considerate to the fat women and the old ladies. He had motives making money. Luke was a sly womanizer who was always seducing beautiful women and outperforming Al at sales. Griff, Carl Sylvester, is first introduced as the new employee at Gary's Shoes. Griff said Al never mentioned having a son, a daughter, or a living wife, but had already annoyed him with all the times he mentioned scoring 4 touchdowns in one single game. Bob Rooney, E.E. Bell, is a friend of Al from their high school football days and was the treasurer of No Ma'am. Employed as the butcher, Bob Rooney is married to Peggy's friend Louis and is always called by his full name, Bob Rooney. He is seen as the fix-it guy. Yvette is a young teenage girl from France and is staying in the Bundy's residence as part of the hosting program. Sometime later, it is revealed that Yvette failed all of her classes including French and is sent back home to France. She was played by Mila Jovovich. Ike, Tom McClaster, is a friend of Al and Jefferson and also a charter member of No Ma'am and acts as the organization's sergeant-at-arms. Ike loves to swill cases of beer while watching football on TV and is married to a woman he prefers not to have sex with. Jade was a sexy, buxom recurring character who appeared in 4 episodes of Married with Children. In each episode, she comes into Gary's Shoes and Accessories for 2 days woman and interacts with Al Bundy, who becomes mesmerized by her. Jade was played by Terry Weigel. Gary is the owner of Gary's Shoes and employer of Al, who grovels before his boss. Gary is incredibly wealthy. She would have been in Forbes 400, but only reached number 401 because of the shoe store, her soul-failing business venture. She played by Janet Carroll. Aaron Mitchell Hill Harper, was a young college-age high school graduate who worked for a short time in garage shoes and accessories for Today's Woman, who was on the path to a good life until he met Al Bundy. Aaron was Owl City on the Polk High football team. Barney was one of Al's friends and drinking buddies, along with Norris, who appeared in various episodes of Married with Children. He is also the only friend of Al from the early seasons to make it into the formation of No Ma'am in Season 8. Barney is played by Steve Susskind. Ariel, Jennifer Lyons, is one of Bud's love interests, notable for her high-pitched voice, low intelligence and skimpy outfits. Bud decided to try and trick Ariel into having sex with him by faking a tornado without realizing that the real one was coming into Chicago. Franny appears in 3 episodes of Married with Children. Franny, Ike's wife, always wonders, like the other wives of Al and Jefferson's buddies, why Ike doesn't want to have sex with her. The part of Franny is played by actress Carol Ann Suzy. Cashier was one of the 4 beauties that Al daydreamed of in his fantasy daydream sequence in the episode of Married with Children. Cashier was played by former Playboy playmate turned Baywatch actress and celebrity Pamela Anderson, also of VIP series fame. Liza Boyle, known for her appearances in Playboy magazine and its various special editions. She is also a freelance photographer, shooting content for various publications. She has appeared on sitcom Married with Children, playing Fawn, one of Kelly Bundy's friends. Danica Sheridan appeared in 3 episodes of Married with Children, as Matilda in A Shoe Room with a View in Season 10, and Crimes Against Obesity in Season 11, and as Belinda in the Season 10 episode I Can't Believe It's Butter. Ephraim Wanker was father to Peggy Bundy. Ephraim Wanker was portrayed by Tim Conway in some of his on-screen appearances. It was implied that he was a drunk and held a shotgun to Al's head at Al and Peggy's wedding. He calls Peggy by her full name, Margaret. Ashley, played by Hedy Mark, is a friend of Kelly Bundy from high school. She appears to be a sexy, promiscuous young woman in her early 20s, and like Kelly, isn't very smart. Also like Kelly, she relies on her charm and beauty to get what she wants from men. Kelly Bundy, Christina Applegate, is the eldest child of Al and Peggy Bundy. She is known for her stupidity and promiscuity, both of which are routinely mocked by her family. She has had a prodigious amount of partners, although her choice in men appears dubious. Yvonne, Becky Millen, is blonde beauty who appeared in a dream fantasy of Al's in the 5th season episode. Al's fantasy about Yvonne has her a working wife who had a professional job in some capacity, where Al imagines she hands over her paycheck to him. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please share it on social networks, like it, and of course subscribe to the channel.